Welcome everyone. In our previous class, we have completed chapter number 1, that is basically related with the energy scenario, then after importance of the energy conservation and management, and it's all about the different law like Electricity Act 2003, then after Bureau of Energy Efficiency. So overall we can say chapter number 1 is related with the some of the basics related with the energy conservation and the management. Now in today's session I would like to start with chapter number 2, that is financial management. So before going toward the brief explanations regarding the financial management, I would like to ask you one question: why we require to study financial management? So just think on that. So you can say basically, if we want to commence or want to establish any business, then at that time we must have 4 resources with us. That resources are, first one, man, then second one you can say machines or material, and then after you can say money. Okay, we require ultimately 4 different resources, namely man, material, machines and the money. Clear? Now as far as the advancement in the technology is concerned, the human are still important for any business. From the ancient time, muscular power is to be considered very important. Okay, so without man or person we can't imagine our business. So human requirement is one of the first criteria, even though we are living in the advanced technological era, but it's quite essential to have a manpower. Without manpower we can't proceed our business. Okay, then after second resources is machine or the material. So you can say material behave as an input. Okay, for any industry, let's say if we are talking with respect to car industries, the raw material in the form of the billet must require to produce the chassis component. Okay, likewise material, different material we can use according to our business. So material is our second priority. Then after, in order to convert a raw material into the final product, we must have some sort of the machineries. Okay, so main function of machine is to convert one form of energy into the another form that we require. Okay, for example, let's say in the case of the thermal power plant, the water has a kinetic as well as potential energy, and we are converting those energy into the electricity by converting kinetic energy into thermal energy, and then by converting this thermal energy into the electricity. So our second requirement is of material. Material must require, okay, as well as machine, both are required. Now in order to have a man and machine, or you can say material, okay, we must require money. Without money we can't have a man, machine and material. So the control over the money must be required. Okay, so you can say money has a control over all other 3 resources, namely man, machines and the material. Okay, so whenever we are establishing any firm or any business, at that time there are the set of questions that arise in the mind of the entrepreneur, and these questions are like, let's say, how much amount of the money is required to be invested in order to establish business. Then after, how much amount of the money that we need to keep with us in order to meet day by day production demand. Okay, then third, in how much proportions the money is required to be invested in different segment of business like research and development, then after operation and, or you can say production. Okay, likewise there are set of questions that arise in the mind of entrepreneur whenever they are thinking to start any business. During this period we can't allocate money randomly, but instead of that we must have some sort of the strategies so that we can get more return against our risk. Okay, so in order to invest money properly, okay, and in order to achieve maximum amount of the return, it should require to learn the financial management, because the financial management provides us the various techniques via which we are able to cope up with the different questions, like from where we can borrow the money, okay, how to invest in different area of our business. Likewise, there are number of questions which can be tackled only and only if we study the financial management thoroughly. So now it's clear to all that why we should insist to learn financial management. Okay, I think now it's clear to all that why we require to study the financial management. Clear to all? Okay, so now the next topic is investment need, then after appraisal and its criteria. Okay, so before the discussion of the investment need, okay, let me brief you about some of the things. Let's say if you have industries and if you want to make your industries as an energy efficient industry, then what you need to do? But obviously you need to identify energy saving opportunities. Okay, you need to identify energy saving opportunities. Once the energy saving opportunity has been identified, okay, then you need to look for the money, because some of the opportunity require investment while another is not require investment. Okay, and again the opportunity those require investment needs the permission of the higher management in order to allocate money. Once the higher management satisfy, then and then they invest money behind the opportunity in order to save the energy. Okay, so before going toward the investment, there is always need of investment in terms of the modification of equipment, in terms of the training of existing equipment, or you can say in terms of the replacement or rectification of equipment. So there are lots of need, okay, by which we are able to achieve our energy target. I mean to say save energy. So here in this diagram you can see, in order to identify the different energy opportunities, okay, different departmental manager has to identify different routine tasks, and based on that they need to decide on which particular segment of their area they need to conserve energy. For example, let's say we have a gear manufacturing industries with us. Okay, so in order to save the energy, okay, behind the manufacturing of the gear, one need to provide a well efficient equipment. That is first thing. Second thing, in order to save the money further, or you can say energy further, okay, we need to purchase high quality raw material. Okay, so such kind of example are there to understand the need of the investment. Okay, because for example, let's say we have a gear manufacturing company, and if we are purchasing raw material having a very low quality, then but obvious we need to improve that quality of raw material by different process like grinding, buffing, etc. Okay, so I mean to say we need to focus on number of parameters simultaneously in order to identify the investment need by which we are able to conserve energy. Okay, so here in this diagram you can see there are lots of need. Let's say one can think on the maintenance side, while another can think on the training of the existing equipment side, while one can think on the retrofitting, or you can say modification or rectification of the existing thing. Okay, now it is not such that whenever we have an opportunity in our hand, okay, that is the only one of the opportunity to the management. For the management, they have lots of opportunities for the energy saving from the different department. Okay, and out of the number of the opportunities, management have to select few particular opportunities by considering the risk. Okay, so whenever as a manager we are deciding the energy saving opportunity, at that time we have to keep number of things in our mind, like let's say return against the risk. The rate of the return must be high in comparison to risk. Second thing, we also need to observe the production cost reduction because of the implementation of the opportunities that we are going to adopt. Okay. Then after, overall electricity bill criteria of the company. Okay. Whenever we equip any technique in existing form, at that time there might be probability that the modern technology consume more power compared to that of the traditional one. So we have to analyze the benefit of that advanced technology over its electricity consumption. Okay, so there are lots of things that we need to think, okay, before adapting any opportunity, or you can say before representing opportunity toward the higher management. Okay, for example, let's say, as I told you, that the gear manufacturing company need to purchase the high quality raw material. Okay, so being the manager of the purchase department, you need to convince the higher authority to purchase high quality material. Okay, by explaining them that if you are going to use the low quality material, then what is going to be happen? Okay, we need to invest more money behind the electricity consumption of the grinding or buffing machine. Okay, why? So this kind of the opportunity you need to identify from the your side, and then understand it carefully, and then further represent it to the management. Okay, in order to convince them, okay, so that the energy saving opportunities can be created. Because today we are living in the area where the day by day technological advancement leads toward the degradation of the environment. Okay, so it is our prime concern to select opportunity in such a way that our both the goal will be satisfied. First one, to protect environment, and second one, to save energy. Okay, so it is all about the investment need and their appraiser and the criteria. Okay, clear to all? Now next we have investment selection procedure. So before going to what the investment, there are the set of steps that we need to follow as a manager. Okay, so first step is the identification of the potential investment opportunities. Okay, but obviously the higher authority don't have a sufficient time to look each and every department of the company. Okay, so as a branch manager or as a departmental manager, it's our responsibility to identify those opportunities which can lead toward the saving of the energy. Okay, but obviously we are the person that is directly dealing with the routine work. Okay, so we have more idea regarding the opportunity in comparison with the higher management. So it's our prime duty to identify those opportunity. Okay, so here you can see, in order to identify the potential investment opportunity, okay, we need to work in coordination with our colleague. Okay, so what I am trying to say, as a manager you need to assign work to each and every member of your team. Okay, of your team to identify the energy opportunity. Then after, you need to review those opportunities and you need to filter out some of the opportunity, and then you can proceed further in order to represent those opportunity to the higher management. Clear? Then after, second step is assembly of the proposed investment. Okay, so as I told you before, representing the energy opportunity to the higher management, okay, generally what is going to be happen in the very large scale industry, there is a team of the assembly, okay, which main function is to take the opportunity from the different department. Let's say purchasing department have 10 opportunity, designing department have 15 opportunities, energy saving opportunity particularly, R&D department have a 25 opportunities. So the function of the analyst team is to collect opportunity from the all the department. Okay, then after, they need to review each opportunity. Okay, detailed reviewing of the each opportunities. Then after, they need to filter out some of the opportunity which does not have any kind of potential. Okay, after filtering, okay, they need to observe the return criteria. Okay, I mean to say return against the risk criteria. different opportunity have but obvious rate of return, certain rate of return, I mean to say. Okay, so we need to analyze those return criteria with respect to risk, and the opportunity which have a minimum risk and higher level of return, those opportunity can be represented to the higher management. Okay, so it is all about the assembly of the proposed investment. Then next we have a comparative analysis of investment opportunity. As I told you that we have lots of opportunities, so prior representing the information to the higher management, okay, you need to compare different opportunity at your level. Okay, so this one is the third step that I have already discussed during the discussion of point number 2. Okay, then next one is a decision making and the implementation. Once the energy saving opportunity has been identified by the team of the analyst, then this opportunity is required to be represented to the management in order to take decision regarding its implementation. Okay, once the management is convinced, then we can implement those opportunities in our department. Okay, keep one thing in your mind: as a departmental head, you can't have a rights to take direct decision. You need to concern always higher authority first. Okay, once the higher authority gives you grant, then you can implement those opportunities. Okay, so our task is to convince the higher management. So now next step is performance review of implemented investment opportunities. Okay, so once the given opportunities is implemented, now it's task of departmental head to monitor those opportunities. I mean to say, once the opportunity has been implemented, then they need to review their progression stage at certain level. For example, one can decide to review the progression at each 15 day and 30 day. Okay, so for example, let's say we have selected wrong opportunity. Then what is going to be happen? After the review, we can get idea that let's say given opportunity is not working properly, so that we can replace those opportunities. Okay, so review is the one of the greatest thing that we need to keep at all stage of our business. Okay, so it is all about the investment selection procedure. Okay, so stay tuned for the next lecture. Thank you.